Hello! In this video we will teach you how to use tables in Microsoft Word. Tables are used for organizing information sorting. Word has the ability to format the text in the tables. The arrangement of the text in columns and rows allows you to control the sequence. Table contents can be used as data that can be calculated. The rows divide the table into individual parts horizontally. Columns divide the table vertically. Crossing columns and rows is called a cell. Word tables can be either inserted or drawn. Insert tables. First, go to the text box and position the marker where you want the table to be. Left-click on the Insert tab. New palettes are displayed. 2. Left-click on the Table button. A menu is present from where we can choose the number of rows and columns that your table will contain. For example, 5 columns and 5 rows. Just drag the mouse over the squares to select the desired number and press the left mouse button or press Enter. We select the Insert Table button. A window is displayed where we can enter the number of columns, the number of rows, and enter the width of the columns. Quick Table key allows to use templates for tables. Drawing a table. First, go to the text box and position the marker where you want the table to be. 2. From the Insert tab, select the table and then Draw Table. The positioning mouse cursor becomes a pencil. 3. First, outline the outer frame of the table as a rectangle. Then we draw lines for columns and rows. Mark cell, row, column. In order to process the data in a table, it is necessary to mark some items or the whole table in advance. How this works? Select an entire table. Place the mouse pointer in the table. A cross appears in the upper left corner. Click with the left mouse button on it. Selecting a row. Place the mouse pointer to the left of the row. An arrow appears. Click with the left mouse button. Selecting a column. Place the mouse pointer on top of the column. An arrow appears. Click with the left mouse button. Selecting a cell. Place the mouse pointer in the left corner of the cell. A small dart arrow appears. Click with the left mouse button. Place the cursor in the table. We select the table menu. Select Command. The Select Cells dialog window opens. Select any of the commands: table, column, row, cell. Size in a table. Mark the entire table. Go to Layout in the Cell Size group. Click in the column width or line height field and then set the value you want. Tables formatting. After you create a table, Word offers you many ways to format it. In the Table Tools section, the Design subsection, we set table style options: cell staining, borders. In the Table Styles palette, you can format the whole table at once and even visualize how it will look like. Format it with a certain style before actually applying the style. In the Table Tools section, Layout subsection, we can issue different commands such as erasing or inserting rows and columns, dividing and merging cells, setting sizes, table alignment, and more. If we want to change the width of a column or the height of a row, we need to resize them. This can be done manually or automatically. You can change the size of several columns or rows and change the distance between cells. Whether you add or delete columns, rows, cells. Change column width and row height. To use the mouse, place the cursor on the right side of the column boundary or row border you want to move until the cursor resizes, and then drags the boundary until the column or row reaches the desired width. To change column width and row height to a certain size, click on the cell you want to resize. On the Layout tab, in the Cell Size group, click in the column width or line height field and then set the value you want. Add a row or column. In the Layout tab, in the Rows and Columns panel row, select the desired button, Insert Above or Insert Below. Insert a row before or after the highlighted row. With the Insert Left and Insert Right buttons, we insert a column in front of the highlighted or after the highlighted column. If we mark 2 or more rows, columns, then 2 or more rows and columns are inserted. Removing rows or columns. Mark the rows, columns, and click the Cut button, or after the marking, right-click, and from the context menu we execute Delete Rows, Delete Columns. Merging cells. If necessary, in order to better design adjacent cells of the table, they can be merged. To do this, select the cells and then click the Merge Cells button in the Merge panel. Adding content to a table is done by placing the cursor in the appropriate cell and entering it. Press the Tab key to move to the next cell and select its contents. With the Shift plus Tab,